Martu, called the Lord of the Mountain. He is also known by the name Amurru, or the Thunderer, and was venerated by ancient Mesopotamian cultures, particularly the Amorite and Amurru people of that region. He served as the patron god of the city of Ninab, and his origins probably come from Western Semitic worship, where he was described as both a shepherd and later as a storm god. Mythology tells us that he is the son of the sky god Anu, and he is known by many names, including Bêl Šadê or Bêl Šadê, which means Lord of the Mountain. But he carried other titles such as He Who Dwells on the Pure Mountain and He Who Inhabits the Shining Mountain. In Cappadocian inscriptions, he is called the God of my father. And the name Bêl Šadê has a connection to the fertility god Bêl, and thus shows a connection between the Amorites and the Canaanites as they venerated this deity. He was seen as the rival to the Hebrew God Yahweh, and famously combated the Hebrew prophet Elijah. Bearing the trappings of a storm god, Amurru, like Adad, bore the epithet of thunderer, and in some cases he is called the hurler of the bolt. Yet in iconography he is distinct from Adad, and is sometimes pictured alongside the deity. And while Adad bears the conventional weapon of the storm god, the thunderbolt, Amurru was armed with a baton of power, or throwstick. Amurru's wife is typically depicted as the goddess Asratum, who in North Semitic tradition and Hittite tradition is associated as the wife of the god El, thus suggesting that Amurru may indeed be an alternate version or alternate name for that very same deity. The significance of his associating with both Bêl and El cannot be understated, as these were both major deities in the same region of people. He was worshipped from approximately 2000 BCE to roughly 200 Common Era, and had cult centers throughout the Ugaritic Empire all the way through the coastal plains of the Eastern Mediterranean, and is mentioned extensively in art references and also Ugaritic literary sources, including the Ras Samra. In his association as El, he was venerated in primarily the same regions, Syria, Lebanon, and Israel, but seen in this role as a creator god, a very different role for a storm or fertility deity who would be associated with vegetation. And in that role, it is said that he was venerated from approximately 2500 BCE to roughly 700 BCE. So again, with these deities, we saw many associations and sometimes various names that different groups of people called or viewed the deity as. Storm god, creator god, or shepherd is the legacy of the deity that is known as Martu, Amurru, Bêl, or El.